Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. Got a cast of thousands with me tonight here on the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. Let me see. Who are we going with first? We got a whole bunch of good folks sitting here with us tonight. Let me see. Ando, my partner from the Sports Report podcast. What's up, man?
Good evening, internet world. How are you today, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain.
I could complain about my job today, but I don't want to get all of the viewers to be like, "Ah, man." So we're gonna keep it nice. We're gonna keep it mellow. As you can see, Will, I got the mascot here. The mascot's on with us tonight. He's gonna
Yes.
take his little perch right here on the mic, and we're gonna have a fun time tonight, man. We're gonna have a good old time tonight, man.
Yes. Indeed. All right, let me go ahead and bring up the man who knows more comic books than I will ever know. Let me bring my man Tyler in. Tyler, what's up? How you doing tonight?
Oh, comic books, wrong podcast. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Star Wars got comics. That's good.
Well, that's true. That's true. How's it going?
All right, man. How you doing?
Oh, ready to be back. Ready to talk about some fun stuff this week.
Let's go.
Right?
All right. Let's go ahead. All right, let me go ahead and bring in the next person, part of the crew. Let me go ahead and bring in, as we all know, Janae. Janae, what's up? How you doing tonight? Oh hell, she done started drinking. Oh hell.
Except she's muted.
Ah damn, she done started drinking, y'all. We don't know what we don't know what we're gonna get. You on mute tonight.
Mike wasn't on.
There we go. She been drinking, y'all. We don't know what she been drinking. We don't know what Janae we gonna get.
What are you not sharing with us tonight, Janae?
I know.
Cheeseburger and
I
rings with
had cheeseburgers for dinner too.
See, and she gonna put it right in the camera. She ain't gonna tell. She's gonna put it right in front of the camera.
We the same tonight, Janae. We have cheeseburgers.
I got a cheeseburger and you don't. Yeah.
Yo, Will, do you want me to go get you a cheeseburger? I go make you a cheeseburger. What you want? Cheese, mayo, ketchup?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, cool. I ain't gonna eat
barbecue
it
sauce.
if I make it. What's wrong? Yeah, you can get barbecue sauce on it too, man.
Barbecue sauce and cheeseburgers. Get that,
So, Janae,
Yeah.
what do you think of our new mascot?
It's cute.
It's so cute. It's so fluffy.
I don't know. I have Cthulhu in the other room. Baby Cthulhu's happy to be here too.
Hey, bring Cthulhu. This puppy's gonna kick its ass.
All right. And let me bring on an official new member of the crew, became official today. He's been on the show before. He is an official new member. Garrett from the War of the Stars podcast is now a part of the Geek Gauntlet. You ready to pull double duty, my friend?
Hey, how's it going? And Tyler's pronounced Lulu. I've been listening to a definitive H.P. Lovecraft compilation, and they've been showing how it's properly pronounced. It was an eye-opener for me, too.
There we go.
How is it pronounced?
It's not Cthulhu.
Hulu.
It's just
Hulu.
Hulu.
Just Hulu? Like the TV series Hulu?
No, Cthulhu.
Kalulu. Like I'm going
Yeah.
Kalulu. Okay. Do you want your name to be Kalulu? You're not being a Kalulu. You're too cute for Kalulu.
No. That's Stitcho Blanco.
Stitcho Blanco? Are you Stitcho Blanco?
White Stitch.
He says he'll think about it.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring on another member of the crew. She is our resident female streamer. Let me bring my girl Diamond on. Diamond, what's up?
Hi everyone.
How
Hi,
you doing
Diamond.
tonight?
Doing good. Catching shiny Pokemon.
You're not killing him like Janae, right?
No.
I transferred it to Professor Willow, and he went into the grind to get candy.
Nah.
So, which is worse, killing him or
Where's
grinding him
Candy?
up for candy, Janae?
Well, probably.
Yeah, they're both really bad, Janae.
I didn't
And,
think
Alright.
so.
Well, one of them gets you a candy.
That's
Well,
true.
Give me
But
a
you
second,
don't
Diamond.
eat it. Your Pokemon eats it. So.
Exactly. You're feeding your Pokemon.
Well, in the words of Eagle Raptor from YouTube, they don't need candy. They need nourishment. They need Toro's meat and stuff, you know?
All right. And last but not least, and Shaw, my apologies to you all. Unable to do the pictures tonight. Let me go ahead and bring my man Shaw in. He plans to show out to utter perfection. Shaw, how you doing tonight, my friend?
Sup? How y'all doing tonight?
Shaw, I just
Doing
got to
good.
say, with Will throwing you at the bottom, you are the anchor that hold all of us up. So thank you for being.
Yeah,
the
he
support.
is. He really is. He really
But I am
is.
doing good tonight, man. How are you tonight, Shaw?
We can do the show without him.
I'm cool.
Let me do this real quick. Because I want people to see Tyler.
What about me?
Oh, wait.
Remember, we're not Geek After Dark, so you don't have to put the parental advisory up yet. Plus, our
was
HR director
frozen.
isn't on the show. Kat isn't on the show, so we can get we can get away with a little bit more.
But she could be watching.
Did you say I'm frozen?
Yeah.
He's
Okay,
not
let me turn
frozen
off
on
my
mine.
camera, then maybe
Yeah, he's not
maybe that's
frozen on
it.
mine.
It is for me. I can try a refresh. But he's frozen for me.
Maybe I'll just do it
on
that
my
way.
screen.
Yeah, I
He
think
was for me.
Will.
I don't
I don't
get it.
think the snow bothers him anyway, though. Will.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
I said I don't think the snow bothers you.
Snow never bothered me anyway.
Oh, someone
Now
got
we
that
get
joke.
copyright strike from Disney.
Yo, I
That's
got
only
a
if you
lot
actually
to
play
say
the music. If you hum a few bars, they're not going to do anything.
yeah.
That damn mouse.
I know, right?
Oh, what
He's
did you
not a
say
mouse,
about me
he's
there,
a
Tyler?
freaking
Oh,
rat.
well, no, I live in a
Alright.
house, so I'm a mouse.
All right, you guys. Let's go.
Whoa!
I was like, what?
The hell?
Sorry, I had to.
Hey, Janae, why
That's
don't
the
you
only really good Mickey Mouse voice I can do is when he yells, "Whoa!"
Huh?
Oh
I told
boy!
y'all. I
Don't
told y'all,
worry.
boy.
My
Janae get that drink, boy. You don't know.
my Mickey
And
Mouse
I'm
impression only
basically on
comes-
an empty stomach, so it's gonna hit fast. So
Oh my gosh! All right, let's hurry up, y'all.
No, we need to stick around.
good luck,
so more people
everybody
will
else.
see it. Well, right now we gotta make the
Hey,
show last so that
look.
as the alcohol
Oh my
kicks in,
gosh.
we get more
We
views.
get our
That's how we
most
get the
views for
clickbait.
this. Yeah.
That's how we get the clickbait. Will is Janae being drunk, so we got to be on longer so that alcohol gets there.
What you say is
Everybody.
Janae's lit.
Everybody, come watch. Everybody, come watch the Geek Out the podcast and see Janae get lit.
I got some wine. I can drink wine with you, Janae, if you want me to join you.
Oh God, that's the last thing we need for you is to get.
Okay,
Ew.
fine. You want me to go? I got vodka, I got Fireball, and I got Bud Light. You tell me which one.
No.
I have a whole cabinet of liquor.
So Will's being sexist then because only Janae can get.
I'm
drunk.
not being sexist, but I don't need to. But we can't have two lit people on the show.
Have you ever seen me drunk, Will? You don't know what kind of party animal I am. when I'm
Ando's
drunk.
I'm
right. We can't
scared.
have two. We have to have everyone lit. So let's all.
Yeah.
But I'm scared.
Don't be scared, Will.
I'm scared. I'm scared because I don't know how you get.
Will, as what's that song says? Get turned down for what? Let's just turn it down and no, puppy, you gotta stay. You gotta stay.
Yeah, the puppy gotta stay.
Diamond definitely needs a shot over there. I'm sure.
Yeah,
No.
she does.
Yeah.
Shots.
I'm already drunk.
Deep, and I was drunk as fuck. And I was like, I'm done today.
Garrett's like, that's what I'm always drunk.
That's my
I
secret,
am.
Will.
Yeah.
I'm
Because I
always
drink water
Always
all
drunk.
the time.
Always
To be
drunk.
drunk is not the same as to be hydrated, Garrett. You know that.
Actually,
Or is it?
overhydration can actually be worse than being drunk.
We'll have to have
This
a
is true.
discussion after the podcast.
This is true. All right, let's go ahead and get everything kicked off and started.
Let's kick it.
Shaw, you are in charge of this whole band of misfits.
I'm sorry,
What's
Shaw.
What's the first thing on the
I'm
docket?
All right. Well,
Lord
the
of the
first
dipshits.
thing, Death Battle just dropped the most recent one. Gurren Lagann versus the White Lantern. Anybody see it? And what is your thought?
I did
I
not.
actually need to see it. Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Who won?
Gurren Lagann, obviously, clearly.
Okay, obviously.
No one likes Kyle.
Poor Kyle
Kyle.
Rayner.
Kyle's not a bad guy. What?
I mean,
Yeah, but like still a mismatch.
I would rather root for Kyle Rayner than Guy Gardner.
Well, that's a low bar. I mean, that's underground, I think.
I mean, that was Kyle Rayner that we saw in the death battle, though.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
it was Kyle. Lost.
Kyle's the
and
artistic
Shaw with you, I
lantern.
would have been mad if they had Kyle win.
Yeah, most definitely. Next time is going to be Wild E. Coyote versus Tom the Cat. What are y'all thoughts?
So Tom the cat like is in
Um,
Tom and Jerry, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think I honestly think Wile E. Coyote has a better track record with survivability, considering the fact that he's been exposed to
This is true.
nuclear bombs, dynamite, trains, trucks,
TNT.
pretty much everything the desert has to
Is-
throw at you. Tom has been relegated to mostly household items.
Yeah.
Is there a scenario where they both knock each other out because of their own weapons?
They probably knock
Maybe.
themselves out.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's going to be a draw because they both use some kind of weapon and knock themselves out.
Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe.
Probably.
They're
If
they're
it's a
just gonna
death
both
match,
start
it's
holding up
probably going to be them
signs.
both
that
eating like a
talking-
hot dog that's
Mhm.
actually tight, like TNT disguised as a hot dog.
Why is my hot dog burning on both ends? Huh? I don't know. Boom.
But technically, neither one of them talks, so they're just gonna be holding up signs the whole damn time.
This is true.
You're on the three.
Yeah.
This is true because neither one
It would
talks.
still be
Janae's
hilarious.
right.
Well, Tom
Janae's
does
right.
make sounds though,
Mm.
doesn't he?
Actually,
Yeah.
Tom does talk.
Yeah, I was
There are
saying Tom.
times when
Isn't
he
that
Tom
talks.
before, hasn't he?
Oh my god.
Isn't that like in newer stuff though?
Ever since like I think one of the first couple of movies, he's talked here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's
has
right.
talked. It's
I was thinking
only
old
Wile E.
school
Coyote that has never talked. In fact, that's
Yeah.
when Mel Blanc put together the character. He made a point of saying at no point should the character ever be either A, outside of a desert for the most part, and B, ever talk.
Well, lunatics. Talking lunatics.
That was that really Wile E. Coyote, or was that like his descendant?
That was Wile E.
well,
Coyote.
Yeah, that was them. It was just some alternate type of thing.
I never
It was
watched
like-
Lunatic. It was kind of
I know,
after my
yeah.
time.
It was good. Definitely worth it.
Mhm.
All right, next
Me in, like
up,
the 70s, it was good.
we got some news about Spider-Man: Brand New Day. 3 villains that are going to be in it will be Scorpion, Boomerang, and Tombstone.
Are they
I would
bringing
like to
back
see
the actor
Tombstone.
that was? Are they bringing back the actor from the first movie?
No idea. Maybe.
Because that was the actor that was supposed to be Scorpion.
Right.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's why I'm
yeah.
saying it's about time. I would love to see Matt Gargan in live action. He can be terrifying if he's done right.
Who are the other two guys besides Scorpion?
Tombstone and
Tombstone and some character named Boomerang. Just he throws Boomerang. So
Okay.
yeah.
Boomerang's
I'm only familiar with Scorpion.
Boomerang's a street level villain. He doesn't have the same role as some of the other characters. He's like Marvel's version of Captain Boomerang, but without the chit chat.
Okay.
I can see a situation with those 3 characters being introduced. Like Boomerang is the red shirt of the movie. Like
Yeah.
he's somebody that they deal with really quickly.
Maybe he just makes a cameo.
My thought would be the way I would structure this if I was the writer is with the stuff going on with Kingpin, and this is a way to tie in Spider-Man to Daredevil Born Again, is bring in Tombstone as a potential contender against the Kingpin's empire, and have him deliberately hire both Boomerang and Scorpion to he pays for them to get outfitted with their weapons, whatever, so that they can assassinate Spider-Man. Because early on, like in a prologue of the story, when everything's introduced, Spider-Man, gets in the way and stops some kind of major arms deal or some kind of major drug bust or whatever.
We'll see what they do. I mean,
Yeah, I mean that'd be a cool way to do it instead of having Jameson have or instead of having Jonah do it, have Tombstone.
Right.
Maybe. Next up, both Avengers movies has been pushed to the release date. So now the release dates for the next movies are July 25th for Fantastic Four, which is the same thing. December 18th, 2026 for Doomsday. July 31st for Spider-Man: Brave New World, and December 17th, 2027 for Secret Wars. What are y'all thoughts on?
Get it right. That's about the only thing I can say. As long as they get the movies right, I don't think anybody will care.
Yeah.
I actually have a little bit of a minor issue. It's that I do appreciate that they're going to go down to having only like maybe 2 a year, because then they can focus on making sure the movies are good.
Mhm.
But like, because we've had such a jumbled last couple of years, and then to knock it out with like 2 back-to-back Avenger movies after having a rocky couple of years, I'm a little cautious on what
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I am too. It made sense to have back-to-back Avengers films in 2018 and 19 because they were two parts of the same story.
No, exactly. Well, and technically, there was the movie that came out in between them.
2 movies, 2.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's right. Captain Marvel and
Ant-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, and right, and those kind of help kind of fill in some gaps, which is fine. It would have been, I don't know, like it feels like there has not been enough setup for Doomsday between all the standalones that have been released since 2019. It feels off.
Yes,
there could be more. There could be more. You're right.
Yeah, so
similarly,
I'll be interested to see how this plays out, because of now it seems like they possibly might be throwing Kang out to be focusing on Doom. So I'll be curious to see how that turn goes.
Now, isn't it true that Jonathan Majors did get acquitted of all charges, so they could technically still run Kang as a bad guy?
There's a chance that they could bring him back. So we'll see what they do.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some time that they could have done it.
Yeah.
Isn't there rumor that Jonathan Majors is showing up in Fantastic Four?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard a rumor that Kang was going to show up.
There's a rumor that they're going to show Franklin Richards, the son of Reed and Sue, as a baby.
That's confirmed.
Yeah, but I heard a rumor that like one different version of Kang would make an appearance as Reed is looking at the multiverse or something.
Oh, that happens.
That was a rumor, though.
Right. Speaking of rumors, we have the rumored Avengers for Sam Wilson's team. Wong, Hulk, Carol Danvers, and Shang-Chi. What are y'all thoughts about this lineup?
Which Hulk? She-Hulk or
just as Hulk?
Okay.
It's Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who did you say the first one was?
Wong.
Oh, Wong.
Yeah.
I can go with that team.
Where's
It
Madison?
doesn't feel as strong of a lineup, but I think they've got a couple of decent powerhouses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Shang-Chi.
Is it Wong? Is it Wong or BD Wong from SVU?
Wong.
Dick Wong. Sorry,
Well,
every
Wong
time anybody
is
says
currently
Wong.
the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I want Madison back.
See what happens.
I do not care for Madison.
I want
rather throw
Madison
her back into the infernal dimension.
Similarly, we got it confirmed that both Luke Cage and Iron Fist will be involved in Daredevil season 2.
I love it. I love it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Bring Mike Coulter back.
Yep.
Bring them all. Bring them all
Yeah.
back. Let's do it. They
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah.
Well, they've already been showing pictures of Kristen Ritter on set.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think the Defenders was severely underrated. And I think this is a good way to kind of do them some fair justice and fan service for them.
Let's hope the
I
fight
think
coordinator actually teaches Finn Jones how to do real kung fu.
Are we getting a different? I'm about to ask. Are we getting a different Danny Rand?
I don't want that though.
What's wrong with that?
All would
Then?
be the same
I
actor.
do.
I mean,
and
Finn Jones is
was
fine.
better in season 2.
That dude was trash.
No, he got better in season 2. Really did.
He
Yeah,
did
he was
better in
better.
season 2. The problem is the fight cord.
Season 2,
whoever
I was so mad when it got canceled because by the end of season 2, it was like, oh, you guys finally figured out how to do it.
Right.
Plus, like, I want Colleen Wing back. I want Misty Knight back.
I think if you're going, I think Marvel's
I agree on
plan
Misty Knight.
is you can. What'd you say? Will?
I agree on bringing Misty Knight back.
Yeah, I think. I don't think you bring them all back at the same time because unless you're going to do a Luke Cage and Iron Fist series, I don't think you bring everybody back at once unless it's kind of like a crossover event that you would have with like the Arrowverse, but because there's not enough, you only have Daredevil. I don't think you. Go ahead, Tyler.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt. I apologize. Go ahead.
It doesn't. I'm not against bringing them back. I mean, you can't have your main characters without the side characters to make them who they are. But I don't think we see, like, if we do Luke Cage and Iron Fist in the same episode, I think we see the two of them, and then maybe the next episode or the episode after that. Especially Danny Rand be, hey, you know what? I need support. Let me call in a friend, and then that's when we get Colleen back. Or Luke is getting his ass kicked in some way, shape, or form, and Misty makes a save, or she steps in. I don't think they'll bring all four back. I think it takes away the screen time from Daredevil.
Right.
But it makes
like,
sense.
What they might do is they might bring them back in like piece by piece throughout the season, and then have them coalesce together as a team in the finale.
Yeah,
we'll see about that. All right. Apparently EA has canceled their Black Panther game.
I guess it's not Wakanda forever.
Yeah, this isn't the 1942 game. What are your thoughts on this game being canceled?
Well, I'll let you guys. Well, Diamond, it's a video game. You go first, Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised with what EA's track record is with games in general.
They couldn't find a way to get microtransactions in it or something, or what?
I feel like
I'm sure they figured that out pretty quick. It's EA.
I gotta say, I don't have a lot of information about the Black Panther game. That being said, my heart isn't broken about it. I mean, it's a Marvel game, sure. Not that it would crack my top 5 Marvel games ever, but I don't have enough information on it to be either heartbroken or sad that the game's canceled.
I'm kind of the same.
What was this supposed to be the Black Panther and Captain America World War II game or no?
No, it's a different game.
No. This one was completely Black Panther set in Wakanda. Like they started doing cinematics and showing that stuff like within the last couple of years, and it looked really sick, like just severely awesome. But then they quietly just shelved it, and now they're not even doing it anymore. It was all speculative.
Mm.
All right, moving on. Currently, Vision Quest, the series, is going to have human forms of past AIs, with a potential that this might be connected to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as they introduced some LMDs. We have a casting for Edith Friday. Let me see what. Yeah.
Jocasta,
Edith
right?
Friday. Yeah.
Jocasta.
Emily Hempster will be Edith, and Carrie Coden will be Friday. John Duary, who played Edwin Jarvin in the what you call it?
He was in Agent Carter.
Yeah, he's also returning. And lastly, we got Denali Miller, who will be cast as Jocasta. I believe she's like the kind of the sister of Ultron or something like that.
Is this gonna be? Is this gonna be live action or animated?
It's live action.
Okay, I'm definitely curious to see what Marvel decides to do, since I think the entire world has probably forgot about White Vision.
Right.
Since it's been like 4 or 5 years at this point since we've seen him on screen.
4.
Yeah, like it was the days of WandaVision. So I mean, like,
yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah, it'd be a minute, and so I will be curious to see how they handle that and where he's been this entire time.
Right,
he's been sulking in a corner somewhere.
Is he debating on the whole ship thing?
Well, we'll see. I mean,
is he the ship of Theseus, or is he not?
We'll see. All right. Also, Chris Hemsworth has apparently tweeted that he is saying goodbye to the role of Thor. He's put a nice little sweet thank you to everyone and stuff recently. What are y'all thoughts on that? He'll probably will still be in the Avengers movies though.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you don't. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Diamond?
I was like, that's good, but I'm also a little bit bummed that like I guess he's like leaving the Marvel studio.
Diamond's like, I want to see his shirt off more.
No, I don't want to see that shit. I'm not a big.
What's wrong with that?
You don't want the Himbo?
Is he too muscular for you, Diamond?
No, he's not much better than right
Is
now.
it the hair?
He has no hair. He's
What
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, bold, my eyes.
What I will say is
He used to love
as-
flowing locks again.
what I will say is as long as, because I think I speak for everybody on the panel that Chris Hemsworth is Thor. I mean, you're gonna have a hard time replacing who he is.
Mhm.
But I
I don't know.
don't.
Natalie Portman did a good job.
But she's classified as dead, right? Because she's in Valhalla now
Wow.
after
Wow.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Trash movie.
I mean, I like Thor. I don't want to see him go. I'm selfish. But then again, I said the same thing about Captain America with Chris Evans too. And
We also
Like
don't
Henry
necessarily have a full confirmation of like go just because of his tweet. Like that could be just like
That could be
Yeah.
misdirection.
yeah.
It could be.
Because if anything, he's probably one of the better actors at not giving away spoilers.
Exactly.
yeah, he's not a Mark Ruffalo or a Tom Holland.
Oh yeah, in
Right,
movies in
right.
general, because he's done like guest star appearances in movies that no one knew he was gonna be in, and just different things. Like yeah, he's good about that stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right, next up, Marvel and DC are doing their crossover, and we got a little information on what they're doing. The first two comics are going to be Deadpool and Batman. However, differently that they're going to do is the one for Marvel, is going to be Deadpool versus Batman, and it'll lead into the DC one, which is Batman, and so it's not like the same story with both. It's a story that continues in. What are your thoughts
So-
on this?
So Daredevil and Batman are supposed to be fighting each other.
No, not Daredevil. Deadpool.
I'm sorry, Deadpool and Batman.
Yeah. I think we're gonna fight at some point, but it is a crossover, the two of them together. So
Interesting.
I don't see how Batman wins the fight because he's not going to know that Deadpool auto regen. So Batman's going to
Well,
go into the fight.
Here's the thing: probably the first initial encounter, Batman is not going to account for that, and he's gonna take down Wade pretty quickly because he's an expert fighter. But then Wade's just going to keep coming back and annoying the crap out of him, which he does with anybody. And it's going to get to the point where he's going to push Batman to those limits. And I foresee Red Hood coming in and saying, "Hey, just let me handle it."
Yep.
Red Hood's gotten so much more character build in the years, so he's not as violent.
So hey, who's the guy in the red face? I didn't know Red Skull made an appearance in Gotham. Red Hood, kill this guy. I thought you didn't want me. Just kill him. I'm done. He's annoying me. Take care of him.
I mean, Batman took on Spawn.
What happened, Batman? Don't have a spine to kill people yourself, or did Bane break that too? I can break the fourth wall. I read DC comics.
Well, if they had Ryan Reynolds do it, they already mentioned Batman and Deadpool too. So
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
gotta save Martha.
I would
hell,
just
he
see that
referenced the entire
name.
Green Lantern Corps.
Right. All right, we got some Blue Beetle news. Apparently, there's an animated Blue Beetle series that will be set in the DCU. It is targeted for next year and will star the same actor that's playing him in live action.
Ooh,
Who has
awesome.
also said that he will probably be in the Superman movie. He's hinted at it, that he's in the
Well, he did a
Well,
good job as
funny
Blue
work.
Beetle, so I mean, like, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Mhm.
I don't know if I 100% love the Blue Beetle movie, but I think he did a great job as Blue Beetle.
I still haven't seen it. It's in my my watch list for HBO Max. I just haven't gotten around to it.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Just would have been better if they actually read the comics.
Yeah.
Well,
I understand it has the same plot points as the original Iron Man.
Yeah, more or less.
Wait,
Good to
what?
know.
Wait, what?
Say that again.
Hold on. What do you mean plot points is Iron Man? What? Okay, now I'm curious.
I thought he
Okay,
said same
so
plot point as
You've got a
Superman.
character with special tech armor
Okay.
dealing with a big CEO that's trying to build tech armor and a living
Is he
weapon.
played by Jeff Bridges?
No, it's played by Susan Sarandon, who is
Okay. I'll allow
equally
it.
as captivating. He then ends up fighting someone with pretty much the same power set, and the fight starts going against him in his favor for a while because the other person's a better combatant, and then he lets the suit do what it does, and he wins on a sheer fluke.
That's not Iron Man.
That's
I don't know.
exactly the plot point for Iron Man.
I was going to say that's pretty spot on, Ty.
With save for being tortured for a year in the desert, that's pretty much the same plot points.
Okay.
And you have two comedy relief characters in
So-
John Favreau and George Lopez.
So
George
the
Lopez is
person
not that funny.
the person that Iron Man ultimately goes up against that actually has to fight is the CEO who gets a bigger suit.
Right. It's a bit of a twist, sure, but for the most part, the plot points are fairly overlapped. The only difference is which character he's fighting. He is fighting an opponent with a similar powered suit.
It's similar, but not. It's similar, but it's only like partially similar. Like those certain plot points, yeah, but there's like a lot of other different stuff. So it's similar.
I guess so. I mean, if you squint, I see it.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
More than
Last of Us season finale. Anybody see it?
What? Sorry, say again. You cut out. What?
Wait, that show's
The Last
still
of
on the
Us.
air?
Yeah.
Stop. What?
Just had the
What did you say, Sean?
The Last of Us
Last of
season
Us.
finale.
Oh no, I didn't see it.
All right, get that then.
Sorry.
Doctor Who specifically
I
last
did.
week.
I did watch that.
How do you think of which world? Not this week's. We're gonna talk about this week's next week.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Fine,
Yeah, so
okay.
the big twist at the end. We're saving for next week.
I
along with
felt
the-
all excited. I got all ready. And
I thought I was ready.
Get his papers and his notes.
He said there's no scenario.
I don't know, man. I wish World was if that's supposed to be like the second to last episode as a build up for the season. It's a little weak in my view. It had some fun moments, but it's a very weaker episode, I think. Kind of weakish. I mean, they revealed it last week, but like really going more into it here still feels weakish. But I don't know. I mean, it's trying to figure out how to talk without talking about this week's.
Don't worry. Next week we'll get all into it. About
Sure.
the whole
I guess
series,
I'll just
the whole
say it was
season.
AK.
Right. All right. Similarly, Rick and Morty. Anybody see the premiere?
Oh shit, that was this weekend? Crap, I have not.
I didn't, but Kat did, and she said it was dope.
Was it
What
the,
season is this now?
I think season 8.
Jesus.
I don't like it, so
I
I'm
think
trying
I've
to
seen
think what it
7.
was. Wasn't it
I
where
haven't
like
stopped watching it since like season 3 or 4.
Right.
wasn't it
Well,
when they were
pretty
like,
good.
sorry. Wasn't it when they're like thrown into, or Beth and not Beth, what's her name? Is Morty and Summer were like thrown into this thing because Rick was tired of them messing with his stuff? Was that the
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one.
They
I
were
didn't.
done with his shit.
I don't like the animation style and the humor, so I don't watch it. So I tried, and I was like, I don't like it.
She's like, it's fake anime.
No,
Right.
no. I will. I like. It's not anime. It's just regular cartoon. I just don't like that art style. Like it's similar to what is it? Regular Friends or whatever that was
Regular
on.
show.
Yeah, Regular Show. I don't like that.
What's wrong? What?
I don't.
Hey, you guys want to hear a really fun secret about Regular Show?
That was the shit.
I don't. Because like I just don't like. If I don't like the animation style, I'm not gonna watch it.
Oh, she like
It has to appeal to
she's
me.
like she's like that with Ruby too.
Yeah, I
You,
get that.
you
Yeah.
guys want to hear a really
If it
fun
was
secret
like a
about Regular
cutscene
Show?
for like a game, I'd be
Right.
fine with it, but I can't. 3D anime crap is not good.
Oh, still.
What's the secret, Garrett? What's the secret?
So regular show, the character of Mordecai is voiced by J.G. Quintel. He's the guy who created regular show. Went to high school and graduated high school with him.
Holy
cool.
Jesus, dude, that's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice. It's like, hey, I know that guy.
I do know that guy.
It's like, I know you.
Get him on the
Damn.
show, or we don't believe you.
Dude, I'll pull out my where's my senior yearbook?
Oh, he's on the hunt.
Senior yearbook. I'll show you. I'll learn you some.
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes, sir.
Right there.
Damn, Nix.
Good riddance, right, Will?
That's great news. Fantastic news. Anyway, real quick, I'll put a question up on Facebook. Scarlett Johansson versus Gal Gadot. Looks, not fighting, as your brother asked me. And,
Both.
Really?
yeah, he asked me,
Scarlett.
in a fight or looks. I said looks.
Yeah, because a fight, unfortunately, like
Scarlett can't beat
Wonder Woman
Gal
would win.
No,
you
no.
know,
We're
Gal-
talking
She's a
Scarlet
gal.
versus
You
Gal,
know Gal's
not
been-
Wonder
you know
Woman
Ga-
versus Black Widow.
But
So
you
if
know,
we're-
but you know, Gal's been militarily trained, so no,
Yeah.
Scarlett doesn't
Yeah.
stand a chance.
Right, that's true.
But
based off the
Gal
looks, I
get-
would go Scarlet. I like a girl with a little bit of meat on her bones, and yes,
Gal
while
ain't-
Gal is trained, she doesn't. I mean, like,
But she's
There's
not
nothing
a
to hold on to.
twin.
Ga-
There's nothing to hold on
Gal
to,
ain't
though.
Gal ain't got no votes in
No.
my little poll. She ain't got no
Oh.
votes.
Well, I voted for ScarJo too. So
She ain't
Yeah.
got no votes.
Chris Hardy.
Yeah. She ain't got no votes.
And
Well,
Wait,
unfortunately,
let's talk about the one you put in-
the airplane ramp was too long, and she just couldn't last.
Damn.
let's talk about the one you put on today with Taylor Swift versus Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Because I would go Ariana. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like Taylor Swift and her music, but if we're
I was
doing it
gonna
based
say-
off of looks and appearance, I'm going Ariana
I'm-
Grande.
I honestly don't
I
remember what Ariana Grande looks like.
Ariana Grande looks like a
Very
mocha
short.
frappuccino.
Damn.
No,
Because she did that role for
no,
the
she
movie.
doesn't look like a mocha frappuccino anymore. She's a little milk frappuccino.
Caramel
She
Well,
milk.
I don't
did
like
that
coffee, so I guess neither of this is working.
Because she did that. Because she did
She's
her.
very
she-
Skeletor-like right now.
yeah, she
That's
redid
because
herself
she's
for
an
the role in the
Ozempic
movie.
addict.
Yeah, she redid herself for the role in the movie.
Ugh. She needs to eat
Yeah.
a couple cheeseburgers.
Nah,
Yes,
she needs
she
some,
does.
she needs some grits. That was
Speaking of
some-
cheeseburger, where'd you
needs
get
some
yours?
She needs some
Mine?
grits.
Yeah.
Some grits and some
Grits,
biscuits.
pancakes.
She needs some good
waffles.
old southern grits and biscuits. That's what she needs.
Yes.
I got
She need-
I got my burger from a place called Stop and Go. So
Yeah,
I got my burger and
We're
my
talking
And
about
go.
the one on
I got
Fruitvale, right?
I got my burger and my nuggets.
Fruitvale?
I got
nom,
my
nom,
burger.
nom.
I got my burger and my nuggets from Wendy's.
I got my burgers from Walmart, and then I cooked them
Wendy's in
myself
forever,
on
and
a
I want a
foreman.
frosty really bad.
Yes, go get the frosty.
Yep.
Hey,
Oh,
you know
you
what
guys
just
tried any
opened
of the
up
new
in
Frosties yet?
Oregon?
Frosties are good.
Okay,
You know,
I got the proof.
Oh, he got proof.
Photographic evidence.
Ando, there's his evidence.
And there's his
Yeah.
proof.
JG Quintel right here.
Holy shit!
Oh my gosh.
Super awesome.
He got
That's not
proof.
just regular awesome. That's super awesome.
And his senior quote was, "Don't quit your day job, Chief, whatever that is."
And
My
did
senior quote.
you see what opened up in Oregon?
What opened up in Oregon?
Jollibee.
Oh,
I think I think that's like its first like American location, isn't
yeah,
it?
West Coast. Yeah, definitely its first West Coast or yeah,
I've
West
never
Coast
heard
location.
of that thing. So
It's a
I
big
don't know
one,
what
like
that
there's like
is,
Philippines,
so-
right?
Mhm.
I have no clue what that is. So
Same.
Oh, let me send a picture. I'll send it. They're really like huge and like I think is it the Philippines? Let me look.
mm.
All right. We got some information about the new Power Ranger series that's in development. The working title is The Power Rangers. Whether that's what's gonna continue as, we don't know. Jonathan Eswitz will be directing and writing the script. Same producer. Episodes will be an hour long, which means there won't be that many hours and that many episodes, and it'll probably be aimed at older adults, which probably shouldn't be.
Is it going to be live action or animated?
It's live action.
Oh.
The current draft is set in an Elseworld story set in Andrew Grove. So what happened? Tommy will start off as the leader, but will betray the team halfway through. That sounds interesting. New suits, not Mighty Morphin suits, so new suits. Hasbro wants to wants the film to start sometime this year. And lastly, the new Zords are going to be modeled after Japanese mythology. So we could see like a dragon or a kitsune, and that there was a time travel story that was dropped that they were going to do, but they're not going to do. That's all the information we got.
Kind of glad they're not doing time travel. I'm kind of done with time travel unless it's Back to the Future.
Well, I have so many mixed feelings about this because, like, one, I'm still never gonna let Hasbro like live it down that they basically tried to shoot and kill this franchise because they need to die. But also
Hasbro,
like
till
the
all
fact
are
that they haven't
one.
even started filming, and they, you know, this was what they talked about a year and a half, 2 years ago, how they were working on these projects. I'm not gonna hold my breath because the odds of any of this ever actually making it to screen very low. And frankly, as much as I would love to see some cool Power Ranger stuff, I think that they tend to forget where the history of Power Rangers, and kind of forget, like, I'm not saying it needs to be identical to original stuff, but like there's certain reasons why Japan has been super successful with Super Sentai for 45 years.
Yeah.
And I think I worry that Hasbro is not going to have a clue how to do it.
No, it's because Hasbro hasn't had a clue on how to do it.
Well, no. I
seasons
do
have been
think
good.
Beast Morphers was very good.
Yeah, Beast Morphers, Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury, those were good series.
Dino Fury is not bad. I don't have anything negative about Dino Fury or Cosmic Fury. I don't think, like, when I think of Ranger teams, they won't land in my top like 10 by any means. But the Beast Morpher season, I genuinely really, really loved.
Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It was also the first series that brought in Space Sheriff. Another Toei franchise, another Toei character, essentially.
Mhm.
That's true. That is very true.
All right. Next, apparently it's reported that the Voltron adaptation will be a Amazon Prime Video exclusive, no theatrical release. What are y'all thoughts?
Boo! Put
That's
it on the
Probably
big screen.
I
probably
know.
the smartest way to do, though. It really is.
I mean, I kind of get it because like it's more of an obscure property. It's more of a niche fandom, but at the same time, it's like there are so many people who've been waiting for this for such a long time. Give them what they want.
I don't think it's gonna pull in the crowds. I don't think it will.
I mean, maybe.
Probably not, but it would still be a heck of a lot of fun to see in a
With a
big
good
screen.
Oh,
trailer,
sure.
maybe.
I'm not denying it wouldn't be fun. It probably would be great to see it. I'm just saying, is from a financial standpoint, it would be one of those things that would go land in theaters and then not do well, and then they would use that the reason why they're not going to do anything more. I'd rather put it and then maybe decide to do more with it.
That's fair.
We'll see. All right. Question: did any of you see the live action Lilo and Stitch?
I have
No,
not.
I don't want to see it.
My
Okay.
son and
Well,
daughter want to see
I
it. We
have a
just
little bit
haven't
of a
gone.
rant about it.
I reject its thesis on principle.
I don't even know what to say yet.
So basically, the ending they changed it so that Nami gives up Lilo to the social workers and lets her stay with David and his grandmother.
Wow.
That's weird.
That's dumb.
Because
Completely
Ohana
goes-
means, foster family.
Oh, I mean, forget family. Fuck that family.
Dang.
Disney does not understand it anymore.
So
That's what made the original film so good, is that you see these two sisters fighting to be together. Even if they fight each other, they're fighting to be together.
But it's
So what-
interesting that it's David and his grandma. And it's just like, because I know, like, it, like, in real life, you have to like go through so many hoops to even become a foster parent to begin with. So it's like where they already threw those hoops and they're like, oh, well, luckily we get Lilo, so you can come see her whenever you want.
I guess I'll have to wait until I see it when it lands on like Disney Plus to see why they make that decision. Because on face value, that seems like a really stupid decision to make.
Because it's Disney in the modern era, and they can't have a female lead character like Nani not trying to live her best life.
Yeah,
when she does.
So,
I mean, think about it.
That's a weak statement, I think. But
that's actually what they actually did. They basically wanted to give Nami a happy ending by having her go off to college for marine biology, even though going to the States for that makes no sense, and it's a lot more cheaper doing that in Hawaii.
So then they just added a bunch of things that they didn't have in the original stuff.
Exactly.
Right. And they took out Gantu because they weren't gonna, spend the money on that kind of CGI, which is also why Pleakley and Jumba spend most of their time looking like Billy Magnuson and Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah,
lame.
So what we're saying is we need to get Vin Diesel in this movie and talk about family is what we need, right?
The problem is Vin Diesel, who's pushing 60, will end up hitting someone with a torque wrench.
Yeah, I'm not arguing about the whole
you
movie.
You don't take
just
away
about the
my
end.
alien. He's family.
Family. I only know the memes and never watched any of those movies. So
what?
Janae, are you surprised?
You should watch it. No, you should watch it.
Hey, Janae, have you ever seen a car drive by really fast? Janae, have you seen a car drive by really fast?
Yeah.
Then you've seen Fast and Furious.
Hey. Unless it was doing something crazy to break the laws of physics, then she hasn't really seen Fast and the Furious.
This is
and to be fair,
that's the original.
Not even Tokyo Drift.
No.
The best one.
Fair, though, after the first four,
I wouldn't say the best one. It's fun.
To be fair, after the first four movies, like you
goes
leave
off
the
the
theaters and you're like, oh man, I'm ready to go fast.
It's okay. I still haven't watched The Expendables either. So
that's okay.
Oh my god.
You gotta watch definitely.
You all right though? You all right?
And this is why I'm surprised I'm still in this group.
Anime news.
So, fun fact today, I was reorganizing my my live action DVDs because I found a bunch of them had been misplaced out of order, and I keep them all alphabetized, and it drives me nuts.
You would keep them alphabetized.
I have to. Well, I take that back. I make a few exceptions with regards to certain franchises, like the Harry Potter franchise. It's all put in
one through
chronological order.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Fast and the Furious franchise, I've only got the first 7, but again, they're placed in order.
Yeah.
But there's a few that I don't do that with. Like I don't have the MCU all sectioned out. Everything else is anyway. So I started cataloging like which actors show up more prominently in my collection. And I was remarkably surprised. Both Robert Downey Jr. and Hugh Jackman show up a total of 13 times in my collection.
Wow.
And then Vin Diesel and Tom Cruise 11 times each.
That's not that's not bad. But Tom Cruise is in freaking everything, so
right. And I was counting
so
like
little, he can just be hidden anyway.
I'm assuming Tom Hanks will be in 10 of them, right?
No, actually, Tom Hanks was only in like 3 or 4 of my movies.
What about Samuel Jackson?
I
wasn't counting for Samuel Jackson. If I'd have to go back and look.
I feel like there should be like 30 films with him.
He's in 30 films alone in the MCU.
Iron Man 2. He's not in Iron Man 3. Avengers.
He's not in Thor.
Avengers 2.
We count Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I don't have any copies
or
of
just the movies.
I've got Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yep.
He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. twice.
Yeah, he was.
What about Snakes on a Plane?
Don't have it.
Never seen that.
Snakes on a Plane?
Any Star Wars?
Yes, I've got
Star Wars. He's in.
So he's in 8.
Pulp Fiction.
I haven't seen that one either.
You never seen Pulp Fiction?
No.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
I don't have Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
As I've stated in the chat, if it was like certain movies that came out in an age that, like, if I was a teenager, my mother would ask my brother, "Hey, is this appropriate for her?" He would say no. So then I wouldn't watch it, and then as an adult, I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't watched that. I guess I'll just go on my
I
watch
just
list.
realized
and
I
then
did a
watch it.
miscount. I did a miscount. I had Alan Rickman showing up in my collection 10 times. I forgot to count the original Die Hard.
Yep,
in which
that's 11.
In which he pops up at 11. So he's tied with Vin Diesel and Tom Cruise.
So, do you have Robin Hood or Robin Hood among the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves?
I do not. I do have Men in Tights though.
Where?
All right, I'll let it slide.
Where man?
I'm a big Mel Brooks fan.
Oh hell yeah! So that means you have Blazing
I've
Saddles
seen
and
those
Spaceballs,
movies.
right?
Does that count?
Here are the Mel Brooks movies I've got: Blazing Saddles,
check.
Robin Hood Men in Tights,
check.
Spaceballs, Young Frankenstein, Spaceball, and the original producers.
Yep.
I've not seen that one.
I need to get my hands on a DVD copy of Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yep. Yeah, you got the essentials though. Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, and Robin Hood Men in Tights and Spaceballs.
Not the History of the World.
I don't have that one. Wait, which
you don't?
Part two.
Well, I mean, technically part
Because
one.
part 2's on Hulu.
Yeah, I was saying part 2. Did they release part 2 on DVD?
No.
I was like, say it was a streaming one, so I don't know if they released it on DVD or not.
God, I wish you still had Blockbuster because I'll give Janine my Blockbuster card and they'll go crazy.
I have a Blockbuster card.
Janae's answer to movies, we've accepted, is
I
did a
ain't
movie
seen
come
it.
out? I didn't
No.
watch it.
I just realized I forgot to count Chris Evans in the original 2 Fantastic Four movies. So he pops up to 11 now too.
You have Not Another Teen Movie, right?
Under the bus. He
I don't.
movie blocked me a lot.
I actually don't like that movie.
What?
I hate
the Not Another Teen Movie.
Like
I've seen that one.
No. The scene with the banana split is the best part in that entire freaking movie. You cannot change my mind otherwise.
For me,
I seen that one.
With my dad.
For me, the
And my
best
mom
part
did
of that
not know
movie is
about it.
Selena
He's like,
Vincent,
don't ever tell her.
who played Maya the Yellow
man.
Ranger.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Maya the Yellow Ranger from Lost Galaxy was in that. That's I got Parky Boobs. Yes, the song. I was singing the song the other day, and my sister's like, "Dude, the windows are wide open." I'm like, "I don't give a shit. I'm getting no matter what."
Yeah,
Even if it's with.
I tend to avoid most movies about high school because they tend to get the experience wrong.
Look, the scene on the football field with the guy getting his last concussion before he dies is freaking hilarious, man.
I don't remember that
Can
part.
he play? Dude, he can't even stand up. And then they have the spit off in the middle of the field. That was a little gross, but that was fun.
All right, let's keep the party started. Go ahead, Shaw.
All right. Let's see what's the last thing we got
Keep
here.
the party going, I should say. I do apologize.
Yeah. All right. So Jason Momoa, Roman Reigns, Andrew Koja, and Noah Centineo are all in talks for the upcoming live-action Street Fighter film. What are y'all thoughts?
Live action what?
Live action Street Fighter.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Are they going to release multiple versions of the same film?
I'd rather it be an animated. I think that'd be even better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
We could do more stuff.
They got to release the Street Fighter theatrical. Then we got to release Super Street Fighter theatrical.
Then we
And
got
Then we gotta
to
do
Ultimate
and then we got
Street Fighter on streaming.
then we gotta do Super Street Fighter Turbo Edition.
Then we got to
And
do
then we
Super
got-
Street Fighter the musical.
Yep.
Street Fighter Alpha.
Yep.
Wasn't it like a continuation of Street Fighter 3 just blowing out?
Pretty much.
I don't know. I like
They
Street Fighter
realized
Alpha
that
3.
Twin Dragons didn't work
Alpha
out.
3.
So why are they
You know
gonna
what,
do-
Ando? I'm still in the Alpha 2.
Yeah. See, I liked Alpha 3 because of the tag matches. Like me
I like
and Rob
Alpha
would.
2 better. I like
Yeah,
Alpha
me-
2 because I thought the interface was cleaner.
Alpha 3 was my favorite because you could team up. So like you can take on the same, like you two can take on the same guys. And that when you have a twin brother that you don't beat in fighting games very often, you want to team up with him to show that you can play well, and that's why I liked it more.
I like 2 better because I thought it played it clean. I thought the interface was cleaner and and Akuma was the man.
Oh yeah, Akuma always is.
Nobody got my joke. I'm so bummed.
What was your joke, Garrett?
I said Alpha 5 always makes me feel a little anxious.
Yeah.
Well, people.
There you
Fun
go,
fact: the original voice of Alpha 5 is the voice of Knives in Trigun, and also
Really?
Tai in Digimon, and then the new voice of Alpha 5 is the guy who does Invader Zim. So
Yeah,
he
the guy who did the voice of Frog in Futurama.
Yeah.
Also, SpongeBob SquarePants.
All right, last thing I got, we just got a sneak peek trailer or whatever you will call it of the One Piece season 2, where we got to see Chopper. Anybody see it? And what are your thoughts?
I saw it, but I have not watched the original anime. I've only read like the manga, but I didn't get to the point where Choppa was like in the manga, because it was like back in the olden days of when Shonen Jump first came out, when it got a monthly subscription. So unsure, but I don't mind the live action, so I just don't like the anime.
Right.
All right. That all you got, Shaw?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, we still got a little bit more news to go ahead and get to. Now we're going out of here for this evening here on the Geek on the podcast. Janae, what anime news you got for us, if any?
The only anime news is I have some of the results for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, and Anime of the Year goes to Solo Leveling. So when I learned that, I was like, okay, what's the hype about it? Because I've seen it in my Crunchyroll feed, but I've never watched it. So I started it and finished it today. Started it last week and finished it today. It is amazing. Will, if you've never watched it, I think you would enjoy it. But it's basically RPG, but not RPG, like real life, and it's based in Korea, and like these gates open up and monsters come through and people awaken as monster hunters, and so then you get rated on like E to S class. So E is like you suck, and S class is you're like super awesome. And so this guy was E, but he was like the lowest E class of them all, and then he dies in this double dungeon thing, but then gets basically reborn, and he starts leveling up on his own, because once you hit like a certain, you get graded as a class, you can never get like higher up unless you reawaken.
Right.
So it's just his adventure through leveling up and going higher and higher. It's really good. I've watched the dubs and the actors that they did. You'll hear all the voices that you've heard throughout all anime, and it's pretty good. Film of the Year, I've never heard of this one. It's called Look Back, so I might have to look up that and see what all the hype's about. Global Impact Award goes to Attack on Titan, and it's like okay. I've watched Attack on Titan, but like it took a couple watches before I finally finished the series, and then was mad that I had to wait, as you guys know. Best continuing series is Demon Slayer, which I get because it's pretty good. I'm just still annoyed that they're doing a movie and doing it in the theaters and then possibly into streaming instead of just doing a season. Best character design goes to Dandadan, which I've only watched 2 or 3 episodes. I need to go jump back into it because it's just very obscure and weird to watch for me personally. And that's about it. And then I had one more thing. D-Hive and Shudder started streaming the 1985 Demon Hunter OVA on Friday. So that'll be interesting to watch. I've only seen the movies, the original movie, and then the newer one that came out in 2000. And I enjoyed them both. So, but I've never watched the series. But it was a good I thought Vampire Hunter D was a good premise. I'm surprised they haven't tried to redo that one. So, but that is all I got.
Cool.
All right. Awesome. Appreciate that, Janae. let's go ahead and finish it up with Dominant's video game news. Diamond, what you have, if anything?
So speaking of what Shaw said about the Black Panther game being canceled, EA decided to shut down the company Cliffhanger Studios to focus more on The Sims, Battlefield, basically any other game that had microtransactions in it.
Lame.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not getting any more Battlefields.
No.
So who's going to go in competition with Call of Duty?
Have no idea unless they decide to make a new Battlefield game, which is probably never going to happen.
Probably not. Not if EA owns the license for Battlefield. So I mean, granted, what was the last one that came out? Battlefield 2045, I think was the last one, or 2052. And that didn't get great reviews. Again, it's EA, but what do you expect? So,
and then Apple reportedly developing a new gaming app. It plans to pre-install in all its new smart devices later this year.
Yikes.
Apple doing it. Weird.
And then The Witcher 3 adding a big new feature 10 years later after launch. Doesn't say what type of feature it's going to be.
It's probably Henry Cavill's skin.
It's going to be Henry Cavill naked.
Well, considering that,
Didn't we kind of get that in Witcher though?
Considering that Batman, considering that Batman Arkham Knight is still getting quality of life updates 10 years after the game came out, and they're still coming out with skins. I think it's cool when a game stays on top of not just its fan base, but its ability to realize, hey, we can still make content for the game. Not necessarily, maybe not free, like we'll charge you 99 cents for it. Or if the game was terrible, we'll give you free DLC content. But when they make quality of life changes, I think it just speaks a lot for the developers that make the game that, hey, we care about your opinions. Let's tell us what we can do to make the game better, and we'll make the game better for you.
It's like, see, EA, that's what you should be doing, listening to your fans. Give us what we want. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Empire City just released a trailer. It's supposed to be coming out for Meta for 2026. And that's all I have for video game notes.
Yo, Will, you're muted.
My fault. Thank you, ladies. I do appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and jump on out of here for tonight.
Will,
but before we do,
can I ask a question, Will?
Sure.
So I know I brought this up in the Geek Gauntlet podcast, and I just wanted to get a couple of y'all's thoughts, if it's cool, if we got time. For those of you who don't know, I do the top 5 on the Feast of Fandoms. This week, I got a request. I'm not going to say who I got the request from, but I got asked to do my top 5 Marvel games, and that's the video that's going to release on Feast of Fandoms either tomorrow or Monday. But I wanted to get y'all's opinion on what you guys' favorite Marvel games was, because I know we got quite a few gamers on here. But I figured I'd ask for you guys' opinion and kind of compare them to my notes. So who wants to go first with your top 5 Marvel games? Garrett, you go first.
Okay. In no particular order. X-Men Origins Wolverine tie-in, because the healing factor was on point. Lego Marvel Superheroes was awesome. It definitely made a sequel. Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and while it used the same, pretty much the same platform, not platform, but same like gameplay modes and all that as the Spider-Man 2 and 3 movie tie-ins, I would say the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book tie-in was pretty spot on. And the fact that you could switch back, just like with the Spider-Man 3, where you could switch back and forth with the black suit, was pretty dope.
I absolutely agree, man. Web of Shadows for me was I can't say what my top 5 are until the video come out, but I will say Web of Shadows at least made my top 10. That is my highest ranking Spider-Man game. And the only reason I will say that is because I have not played Spider-Man 2, or Spider-Man Miles Morales, because it's all on PlayStation. And I know Diamond has raved about that game. That's why I left it off my top 5. I will say Spider-Man is an honorable mention. But I love the list. Diamond, what's your top 5?
So my number 1 favorite game is Marvel Ultimate Alliance, because that's the first. Well, technically it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, because that's the first game I ever played for Marvel. But the one I mostly remember is the first game. And then the second game would be what's it called? The Spider-Man that came for the movie tie-in for Spider-Man of the early 2000s one.
Spider-Man 2?
No, I didn't. Yeah, the original one.
I did like the wall crawling and the tunneling, but there were some issues with the map and so it was just a void underneath the area.
And then the third game would be Deadpool, like the video game. And then the fourth one would be because it's Spider-Man, the Insomniac Spider-Man, and then the second one will be Spider-Man Miles Morales for the fifth game.
That's a solid list. I gotta say, that's a really solid list. Deadpool did make my top 10. Again, can't tell you if it's top 5. But yeah, I mean, the fourth wall breaking in Deadpool was absolutely amazing, which is, I think for that reason alone, it's an entertaining game. But that's a solid list. Again, Spider-Man is a lot like Batman, where they may not stick true to the video, but you can always count video game people to do Spider-Man right. I don't think there's a way that you can do Spider-Man wrong, and I think they did a really good job with that. Will, you want to go next?
Being the oldest guy here,
not by much, but okay.
Going to the first game I played, that had this character in it, Maximum Carnage. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Then that's the first time I ever saw Carnage. Yep. Then Marvel, doggone it, Marvel Superhero versus Street Fighter.
Yep.
The predicate for everything.
Yep.
Then we go back, Marvel vs. Street Fighter 2, Ultimate Alliance, and of course Spider-Man 2, which my son has.
Yep. I will say this, because I am not much of the arcade beat 'em ups or the arcade fighting versus games. I did not include Marvel vs. Capcom in my top 5 or my top 10. So, for those of you who want to castrate me, put me on a stick and burn me at the stake, I absolutely understand.
It's to the Marvel
segment. The second one was the best one, but it was the
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Fate of the World was absolutely amazing.
That was the best one, but it was a limited run. That's why it's so hard to get it.
Yep. And I think and what made that game so awesome was, even in the arcade version, the amount of people that you could play as. So you had to spend money to perfect your game with all of those characters. So Janae, you want to go next?
From my memory, I've only technically played 2 Marvel games, which is Marvel vs. Capcom, and then Spider-Man and the Venom Maximum Carnage. So those are my 2.
Those are solid ones. Shaw, do you have a top 5 for Marvel?
Let's see. Marvel Spider-Man 2, the Insomniac game, because I got a PS5 just for that game.
Yep.
Marvel's Capcom 2, of course. Ultimate Alliance.
Yep.
Both the first and the second game. Both of them is really, really good.
Yep.
Marvel Superheroes. That one, because I used to love playing with Iceman in that.
Yep.
And I think that's it. Those are my top.
Can I do honorable mention for one?
Yeah.
Tekken versus Capcom for Nintendo Wii.
But did that include Marvel characters?
Well, the reason why I brought it up is because it's also one of the backbone games for what you got with Marvel versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus
Yeah.
Capcom, and so forth.
Okay, fair enough. Tyler, you're up. What are your top 5, bud?
I'd have to look at a full list to know all of them, so I don't know if this is a great top 5 list without really remembering everything that I've played. I do know I always loved Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I thought that was great. I do remember playing Marvel vs. Capcom at every arcade I went to.
Yep.
Obviously, I do like Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. I've played those on PlayStation. Love those. I'm trying to remember. There was an X-Men game. I don't think it was called Days of Futures Past based off the story. But I think
X-Men
Mutant Academy 2.
it was something. I thought it was Shattered Future or something like that. I gotta go look it up.
Hold on. Oh no, I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, because I remember playing.
Was it a fighting game where you fought
'Cause
against
I
other people?
Because I do remember Children of the Atom.
Mhm.
Yep.
I remember that one.
X-Men Next Dimension 3D fighting game.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm looking it up right now.
Oh shit! I forgot about that one too.
Don't forget X-Men Legends.
Oh, I forgot about Spider-Man Arcade. Spider-Man X-Men.
And also don't forget, and also if you're going back to the arcade, don't forget that first Avengers.
Yeah. Spider-Man X-Men. Arcade's Revenge was another solid one too. I can't believe I forgot that one.
Oh,
God, man.
Is it X-Men Destiny? Maybe that's what I'm thinking
X-Men
of.
Destiny. That's the one where you played as one of 3 characters, and you got to choose between the Brotherhood and the X-Men side. How
y'all gonna do that last Avengers game like that? I'm just kidding.
Dude, yeah, no, that was poor. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I didn't even get a chance to play the Avengers game before they took it offline.
Who remembers the X-Men arcade cabinet?
I actually have the cabinet downloaded onto my Xbox.
Nice. So I will say this. I'll give you guys my top 5. I'll give you guys my honorable mention for the 5 because I don't want to give away the video. I will say that I do not have a duplicate. So if I know a lot of people said Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I explained why I chose the one that I did, and I didn't put it in the honorable mentions. But my honorable mentions are Marvel Rivals, because that game is amazing. I love the PvP aspect of that. Who remembers Marvel Heroes and Marvel Heroes Omega for PC and Xbox? I hated it when they shut that game down on the servers because Disney bought out Marvel and they cut ties with all outside Marvel games. So that upset the hell out of me. Obviously,
Are you also counting the mobile titles?
So the games that I included in my list.
We're talking about mobile. I've been playing.
So if you're talking mobile, you got a lot to go through.
Yeah, Marvel Future Fight was one because my brother brought up that one. And I was like, oh damn, I completely forgot about it. Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems, where you got to play as Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Wolverine, and Spider-Man.
Yep.
I didn't include that one.
No Strike Force?
What's that?
No Strike Force?
Nope, I didn't include Strike Force. Again, I went strictly consoles, and these, dude, the way that I looked at it, there were 38 games before I even went back to PlayStation 1, before I went back to Super Nintendo, before I went back to Genesis, because the X-Men game for the Genesis, where you got to play as Nightcrawler, Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, that game was a honorable mention as well. Who remembers X-Men Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects?
Me.
That is an honorable mention. And I loved that one because they took Marvel and they took the superheroes and kind of spun it to where what happens if our heroes that we know die or go bad? Because Spider-Man almost went rogue. Venom went rogue in that game. Magneto does what he always does. But I mean, it was a solid game in and of itself. And then the last one in my honorable mention, as Diamond protested to, was Deadpool. So those are my honorable mention for the 5. I will say, how dare you
How
dare you don't put Lego Marvel superheroes in that?
Will,
shame on you, sir.
Will, who's to say that's not in my top 5?
I'm just saying.
Got
to put a Lego game in there somewhere.
So I will let you know that I do have a Lego game in my top 5. It is either Lego Marvel Superheroes, or Lego Marvel Avengers. It is one of
Okay.
those two. I will tell you that it is it'll either be X-Men Legends or X-Men Legends 2 Rise of Apocalypse in my top 5. It will either be Spider-Man Edge of Time or Spider-Man Web of Shadows in my top 5. And it will be Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 in my top 5.
Okay.
Like, dude, I got this. So I talked to Kat today because Kat asked me if I dropped my top 5, and I was like, no, I gotta think of an idea, and that's when somebody hit me up with the list. And dude, I kid you not, in 5 minutes flat, I had 25 games on my list. And you know me, I'm pretty thorough with my top 5s. I like to kind of give it some thought. I'm not one of those people that like to rush the top 5. And again, 10 minutes, I have 25 games that I need to narrow down to 5. And then I got it down to 20. I got it down to 10. And then from that 10, it's just kind of like which one were near and dear to my heart. I think you guys will enjoy my top 5. I think you guys will enjoy my top 5.
All right.
But that's what I got.
All right. Anybody got anything else they want to add before we get on out of here for tonight?
Yeah, I do have one thing. 25 years ago,
Is that a Garrett?
that is me.
Oh
Look
wow.
at that luscious head of hair, man.
Is that a bow tie? Or I mean a tie?
It's
Yeah,
all the
that's a winter
stress you
tie.
Not in that picture, but by the time I got done with spring break, my hair was like down to my shoulders. And then some friends of mine decided to tie me to a chair and shave my head for the very first time.
Oh, no.
And then it just got to the point where after I came back from my year abroad in Japan, my hair was just thinning and thinning and thinning. And so I decided to turn into the skid. And I just pulled a Bruce Willis.
If you want to see somebody who has some long hair, go look at Janae's old picture. She has some long hair
Hell
too.
yes, she does.
She has some really long hair, boy. She was like
Oh,
damn
yeah,
Medusa from
in
the.
my booty.
She was like Medusa from the Inhuman.
I could say something, but we're PG tonight.
I
so
used
I'm not gonna
well,
say
Use that thing for a weapon, boy.
I used to be able to technically do Sailor Moon hair with my hair, and so so when I did the buns and everything, the pony part would actually hit my shoulders, actually be this long.
Oh shit!
My hair was down past my
Yeah, she
waist.
had some long
And so when I
hair.
did my hair up in the Sailor Moon hair, or I do Sailor Moon hair but then braid it and then loop it around.
I saw Janae. Yeah, I saw
Now,
Janae.
just so you guys are referencing, Janae is what, like 5'10"? So
No,
just so you guys know.
I'm 5'7".
Okay. So Janae's 5'7". So that's a long length if you guys are trying to picture from her head to her
I
waist.
have a very long torso. My legs
Yes, she
are
does.
kind of short. So
I saw Janae when she was a young Scalar Scout. She was a Scalar Scout in training.
I want to be a Dragon Ball Z scout. That's what I want to be. Put me on the Ginyu Force. I can pose.
No, but
Real quick question before we go. Real quick question. And I want everybody to answer. Super Saiyan or Kryptonian?
Kryptonian.
Ooh,
Super Saiyan.
that's tough.
The
That's like
phone.
asking me if I want chocolate chip cookies or brownies. I want both.
Can't be
Because I get a
both.
glass of milk with both.
the only weakness is throwing a sensu bean at somebody so that you can beat them when they're at their strongest. So
It's frosty. Classic
no,
chocolate.
but
classic chocolate.
um
And you guys
when
had the
I
strawberry
was-
Pop-Tart one?
when I was playing
How is it? I'll try it. Yeah, hell yeah.
When-
Sorry guys, I'm gonna
Frosties?
test some frosties. Hold on.
when I was playing in soccer and stuff, I would do ponytail and then I do a braid and then wrap it, and so then my pony was like as long as it is now.
Wait,
through
Janae,
the
you were a
braid.
soccer hooligan?
I was. And so one of the moms actually asked my mom, why is she wearing hair extensions while playing soccer? And she's like, that's all her hair. And so like after the game, I would unwind it. And so there'd be the braid. And then my pony would be all the way down to here.
I'm having flashbacks.
And so like if I had, and sometimes I would do a pony. And then I would do several braids. And so like if I went in for a header, the braids would just scatter in the air.
I'm having flashbacks of Julia Stiles and 10 Things I Hate About You.
But
Oh,
like
that
you
is
don't know what is it? The Drew Barrymore. I know most of you wouldn't know, but the Drew Barrymore Ever After, where they
Yep.
did the braid up here. So I
Seen
would
it.
take the back part of my hair, braid it, and then I could loop it all the way and then pin it here. So I wouldn't need a fake braid to do that hairstyle.
Hey, yo, Will.
So
What did you say you had for dinner today?
burger and nuggets.
Cheeseburger and nuggies.
From Wendy's, right?
Oh, you got the frosty.
I got the Frosty, and I just got done trying the strawberry Frosty with the strawberry Pop-Tart chunks.
Mm.
10 out of 10,
Mm.
recommend.
don't
Whoa,
like
Janae, don't give that face until you try it.
I don't
Are
like
we gonna go around and talk about what we're all doing this week?
Yes, we are. So,
Janae,
matter of fact, Tyler, we'll start with you. What you doing this week, brother?
But I can verify it's
Okay,
very,
well,
very good.
Oh gosh, what am I doing? I'm about 2 levels away from beating Doom middle what is it? Doom, what's the new one? Doom
Dark Ages.
yes, that one. So I'm about two levels away from beating that one, so I'm gonna try and finish that up. I bought some more comics today. Don't know why I did, but I did. So I have so much more reading to do.
You have to read.
Tyler.
You have to read that crossover with the Justice League and Sonic.
Oh, there's tons, but no, I picked up today Batman New 52, some more Batman Under the Red Hood stuff. So all kinds of fun and more
Tyler?
Excalibur. What?
Do you know why you buy comics?
Why?
He's an addict.
Because you're a comic slut. That's what you
No,
are. You're a
that's fair.
slut for comics.
That's fair.
And I'm not shaming you for it. I'm not shaming you for it.
Well,
at all.
I've actually one of the comic books I'm reading some stuff digitally. I'm getting ready to write an article for Cats. So I've gotten an article published now on Cats, KFM, our local radio stations. But I'm writing another one on comic books right now.
94.5 Cats.
Yes.
Hell yeah, the rock
Yeah.
station, Yakima.
Yeah,
Central
well, I
Washington.
published an article 2 weeks ago on there for the first time with them. It was about like a car show we had,
Okay.
but I'm writing one right now because I discovered, and I feel dumb for not knowing this, in late 80s, early 90s, there was a run of Green Arrow by Mike Grell, where Green Arrow takes place in Seattle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was kind of a weird change for him because it was a real city.
Yeah, because every DC is always fake cities. Yeah.
He's in National City, right?
Nope. He's in Star City.
Okay, and then it's National City that
Yeah, Supergirl.
Supergirl is in, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
But yes, this run, which is like 120 issues, I think, or something. He's in Seattle, and so it's a really fun run. I'm reading that right now digitally, so I can write an article about it. So that's fun. Other than that, some reason I started rewatching Batman the animated series, so that's been it's been fun. But
Because Kevin Conroy is the GOAT of all Batman
Oh,
voices.
yeah. no argument
Amen.
there. No
Right.
argument there.
Amen. to that.
No, I have
He
so many shows I'm watching, so I don't know why I started another one. But I'm just catching up on shows, reading comics, playing video games, and writing articles.
There we go. Janae, what you been up to? What you got going on?
Just doing my drawing challenge over at my drawing Instagram at JELXINB. My challenge is drawing one thing Sailor Moon themed / related, and yesterday was 150, so I have 100 and something to go. So to make it to a whole year.
Can I
So,
make a
let's keep
suggestion,
going.
Janae?
Yes, in the comments in one of my other posts
Okay.
to
I was
get that
gonna
algorithm.
say
Oh.
you could take a picture of this puppy here and do a Sailor Moon puppy.
I could do a Sailor Moon puppy.
I
That
would be
would
sure.
be adorable.
Wouldn't
I
it?
The
am,
ears would be
I am
really long.
personally trying to get at least 10 likes on at least one of my drawing posts. I have not achieved that yet, but that would be awesome if I could.
Excuse me as I add, like 8 more accounts to my Instagram.
So far,
All
like the
right.
highest number I've seen is 5, so I'm optimistic. So
All
hoping for
right.
10 by the end of the year.
All right, Diamond, what you got going on this week?
So this week I'm streaming Sleeping Dogs, the definitive edition on Twitch, along with gonna stream Resident Evil 6.
Cool.
Well,
Shaw, what you got going?
let me know when you are streaming Resident Evil 6 because I do not do jump scares well, but I will be there for Sleeping Dogs.
Okay.
Shaw, what you got going on this week, brother?
I'm currently in the middle of playing Pokemon Silver. Just got the Goldenrod, so I'm preparing to go up against Woody's fucking Miltank.
All right. Garrett, what you got going on this week?
Oh goodness. Pretty much nothing. No, actually, I have. I've got a new episode on my channel, GKJ Publishing, coming out this next Saturday. It is my June episode. I have a great interview lined up with a cozy mystery author, and then I have a podcast host named Vicky Lawn, who's also an author. She is coming on for doing a double dose of providing top 10 book recommendations, which her book recommendations are really solid. They're a lot of them are thought experiment type sci-fi pieces. And then she's also going to be providing some writing tips as well. And then after that, I only have my June live stream, and then I have 3 episodes dropping in July, one of which is another live stream. And then I'm wrapped for that season. As far as War of the Stars, we are recording a new episode on Monday. Unfortunately, due to some scheduling things, it's just going to be me and Brian Karasik. We're going to be talking about the rebellion, but it's going to be a good lore episode, and we're jumping back into it. And I actually have a surprise for the other guys, because I'm not going to say what it is, because I want them to be surprised. So,
all right,
it's going to be fun.
All right, cool. Ando, what you got going on this week, brother?
You know what? I am prepping for our show Monday night, the Sports Reports podcast, because we got a lot of sports stuff to talk about. I'm also going to try and get ahead of my top 5 and start getting those recorded to like 2 a week. So in case I have a busy week like I had this week at work, I'll be ready to go. Otherwise, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 just popped out a new update that includes 3 new missions. I am getting absolutely destroyed on, so I'll be practicing and leveling up characters for that. Other than that, it's staying out of trouble. The family finally came back from Florida, so I'm spending time with them while I can. Other than that, it's keeping myself sane.
All right.
Will, what do you got going on? Nobody ever asks the host what he has going on.
I have a new tablet from Samsung that I have to review. I got to get that up on the channel pretty soon. Shout out to Samsung for sending it over.
Hey, yo, Samsung, if you watch this, bro, I will totally take free tablets as well, man.
I'll
5 out of 5.
And then I got another. Who y'all got? Because I sprang it earlier. The one I was gonna do tomorrow, I sprang it early, so I got a new one I got to do. So I'll be getting that prepped tonight and getting that out there tomorrow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil your fun with Taylor versus Ariana.
You're good. Like I said,
Hey, Will, I got a question for you with regards to the sports report. You and Ando, actually, who are you guys vying for Stanley Cup? Because the finals are coming up on starting Wednesday between Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers, and I'm torn on who I want to root for on this.
Did Florida take out the Toronto Maple Leafs, who I wanted to win it? The answer is yes. I am not going for Florida. I want Edmonton.
I want Edmonton too.
Yeah. It's about time that Canada gets the Stanley Cup back.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Dude, how many players are from Canada? At some point, they've got their grubby hands on it.
Yeah, but the country of Canada has not.
Right.
No, that's fair.
Right. So true.
I'm more intrigued about the NBA Finals after tonight's really implosive game by the Knicks and the win by the Pacers. So the NBA Finals is what I'm more leaning towards.
All right. If there is nothing else, I just want to say thank you to everybody coming out here. I want to say a quick thank you to Elite Sports and Entertainment Network for having us. Also want to thank Feast of Fandom for having us as well. We do appreciate both of you. And if there's nothing else, we'll see you guys again next week right here on the Geek Gauntlet podcast. Everybody have a great week. Have a safe week and take care.
Bye-bye.